Hello everybody! We're going to talk about animal adaptations. The aim of this lesson is to identify some animal adaptations to survive in their habitat and describe their functions. So let's start. What's going on here? There are some dolphins that stay in groups to protect their young and hunt their prey. There's also a giraffe that has a tall neck but can reach leaves that are high up. And a polar bear that has white fur which helps it hide in plain sight. What are all of these things? These are all animal adaptations. An adaptation is a change in an animal that helps it survive in its environment. Adaptations can be two kinds. It can either be part of the animal's body, which is changed, such as the skin or the color. It can also be a behavioral change in the animal, such as hunting at night. Let's look through some animal adaptations for when it is too cold. Some birds migrate to warmer areas to raise their young when it gets too cold. Like the white stork shown in the photo. The white stork spends its summer in Europe, in the green areas where they breed. In the winter, it moves down to where it's a bit warmer, so it goes to Central and South Africa. The flight of the bird from Europe down to Africa in the winter takes around 50 days. In the summer, they then fly back up to Europe when it's warm again. Many animals have a large layer of blubber, like seals and whales. This blubber helps to keep them warm in icy places. There are some adaptations for when it's too hot. So in places that are very hot, many animals hunt at night. During the nighttime, the temperature is lower. So since they're hunting at night, they use less energy than they would during the daytime. The aardvark is one of these animals that is nocturnal, which means it hunts at night, so it wastes less energy. Another adaptation is that some animals have large, thick-skinned feet not to allow them to be burned by the hot ground. An example of this is the sandfish skink. Its skin is so thick that when it slithers over the very hot sand, it doesn't get burnt. Some animals also have very large ears, like the fennec fox. This allows their body heat to escape through their ears, so their body won't overheat. Some adaptations for when it's too dry. Some animals store water or fat in parts of their body, such as humps. So over there we can see the Gila monster, which stores water and fat in its tail. Its tail is 1/5 of its size. We can also see an Arabian oryx, which has a slight hunchback. This hunchback allows it to store water. There are also some animals which have tough mouths. This is so that they will be able to eat any spiny plants that have water inside, such as the cactus. If you look at a photo of inside the camel's mouth, you can see that it's very, very tough. If a camel doesn't find any water, but finds a cactus that is full of water, it can eat it, and this won't hurt its mouth. These are some other examples of interesting adaptations. Camouflage helps animals blend into the environment to hide from predators. A good example of this is the octopus. Some animals can even roll into a ball or act dead, so their predators don't eat them, like the armadillo. Some fish also travel in groups. This is to find food and also for protection from other predators. Final check. Match the adaptation with the right habitat. At the top, there are 4 different adaptations. At the bottom, there are 4 different habitats. The final check. At the top, there are 4 adaptations, and at the bottom, there are 4 habitats. Try and match the adaptations at the top with the right habitat below. Pause the video and allow yourself 2 minutes to work them out. When you're done, press play and check your answers. So, warm thick coat to protect it from extreme cold in the winter. Goes with the tundra, which is covered in snow for most of the year. An animal that has this adaptation is called the caribou. The caribou has a warm, thick coat to protect it from the extreme cold in the winter. Next adaptation, long, strong limbs to help it climb through the trees. That adaptation goes well with a rainforest. An example of this is the spider monkey. Spider monkey, as you can see, has very strong, long arms and legs, and also a tail, to help it climb through the trees. Next adaptation is produces its own light to communicate and hunt prey. Exactly, this matches with the deep sea. Firefly squid manages to produce its own light to communicate and even to hunt its own prey. The last adaptation is burrow in order to escape the heat. And that matches with the savanna, which is a warm climate. An example of an animal who has this adaptation is the meerkat. The meerkat makes burrows and hides in them to escape the heat during the day. Okay, remember, geography is everywhere. Thanks for watching.